So in this video, I'm going to be sharing 3 common misconceptions that I've seen about self-healing that could be the reason that you aren't healing, that you're still sick, and why you're not seeing the results that you want. So the first one is that you want to have a higher frequency. You've probably heard the words frequency, vibration, and consciousness all used interchangeably, but they don't all mean the same thing. You wouldn't actually want your frequency to be high. You would want your frequency to be low and your vibration to be high, or your consciousness to be high. And if you think about this, this will actually make a ton of sense. So anyone that knows anything about heart coherence or the Schumann frequency of the planet, both of these are at 0.1 hertz. When you're in a state of coherence, that means the sensory neurites around your heart are in harmony and you're feeling into the quantum field, you're sensing heart's desires because you know they're available and you're aligned with them. That's what happens when you get into a state of heart-brain coherence. And that is a very particular frequency of 0.1 hertz. And the Schumann frequency of the planet is also 0.1 hertz, which is a really low frequency. So if you think about it, when you're at a frequency of 0.1 hertz, for example, you're in harmony with the planet. Another way to look at this is that frequency and time have an inverse relationship. The formula for frequency is 1 over time, meaning the faster something is, the lower the frequency is. The slower something is, the higher the frequency is. So if you think about it, the faster molecules are moving, then the faster, more instantaneous healings can occur. So you would actually want your frequency to be low because molecules would be moving faster. There's way more to it than just this, but I just thought that would help explain it to you so you would realize frequency and vibration are not interchangeable. You would want your frequency to be low and your vibration to be high. The second common misconception that I see a lot is that you should be, quote, positive. Just try to be positive. Don't focus on the negative. Don't wallow in the negative. And then what happens with that is we end up rejecting what we're experiencing. We end up resisting our emotions because we think they're, quote, negative and that we should be positive. And one of the main reasons that energy stays stuck in the body, emotions stay stuck in the body, and then it manifests as illness is because we're resisting what we're feeling. So if we're trying to be positive, that could be like one of the main reasons why you're not healing. And I see it all the time. People will be like, yeah, but it's okay because of this. And then they'll just go on and on about that. And it's like, that's so beautiful that you're being grateful. And we want to also welcome what you're feeling. And you actually want to welcome what you're feeling first until you feel a little bit lighter, and then you bring in the gratitude. And then you can remind yourself of things that you know are true, things that feel lighter and more positive that you know are true. But it has to go in that order, because if you try to be positive first, when you're actually feeling not that great, you're just putting ice cream on top of poop, and you're resisting what you're feeling, and what you resist persists, and then you won't actually heal and release the things that you want to release. And then the third common misconception that I see is that self-healing should look all natural, meaning I shouldn't ever need to go to the doctor or get a surgery or a medication if I'm doing self-healing, if I'm using mind-body medicine, things like that. So then there is usually a rejection to conventional medicine, which I totally understand, because I had that same resistance to conventional medicine because it failed me. Every single health concern, mental or physical, that I had, the conventional medical system failed me. They had nothing to offer me other than medication that didn't even work for me, or told me I'd have to live with this forever. Whether it was like my eye floaters that I had, they said you'll have these forever. For depression and anxiety, all they could offer was medication. Acid reflux, all they could offer was medication. You're just gonna have to take this forever. There's nothing we can do for you. So yeah, I have resistance to conventional medicine because I feel like they were, quote, wrong. I did heal all those things without medication. So I feel why you would feel that way. But if we are in rejection to anything, we are blocking receiving. Like, you can feel the hardness of someone that's like, no, I'm never going down that route. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna go see my doctor. Now we're blocking receiving. We could be blocking the actual resource that we need that isn't that, because we're in rejection to this. So you being open to receiving everything doesn't ever mean that you will abandon yourself and choose something that's not aligned. It's actually the opposite. When you're like, I'm curious, everything's on the table, I'm infinitely resourced, and I can choose whatever I want. Yeah, so that's one common misconception about conventional medicine. And also, people ask me all the time, like, do I need to get off my medication first before I start doing mind body tools? Because medication is a suppressant of emotions, and mind body medicine is all about welcoming your emotions. So they're like, how am I supposed to welcome my emotions if I'm taking medication and I'm numbed out and I'm suppressing my emotions by taking this medication? Can I still heal while I'm on medication? And the answer is yes, but for each individual person, it depends on what your body's wisdom is guiding you to do. So if it feels really light and nurturing to take this medication right now, then that's what your body is asking for right now. And every moment is a new moment. You might find that tomorrow it doesn't feel light anymore. So you have to keep tuning in and checking, does it feel heavy or light? And you might have to clear some triggers around this first before you can even tell whether the medication feels light or heavy. If you have fears, limiting beliefs that make you think this is all that's available, so I just have to take it. Once you clear all those, you'll actually be able to tell, does this feel heavy or light? And you'll know if it's nurturing for yourself. And for most people, what I see with this work is you get off medication. You don't need medication anymore. So that's why it's really important to tune in every moment, because one minute you may feel like you need it and one minute you may feel like you don't. So yeah, I hope you found this helpful. These are some of the main reasons that I have seen people not healing, because they have a lot of ideas about self-healing and mind body medicine that just aren't true. And if you want to learn more about how to actually activate your body's ability to heal, and so that you aren't getting caught up with these misconceptions, and that they're not creating resistance for you and blocking your healing, I've created a course called How to Align with Your Natural State of Unconditional Love, Joy, Abundance, Vitality, Peace. This is your natural state. It's not meant to be complicated to live in it. If you want to learn more about this course, I will leave a link to it below. And I hope you found this video helpful, and I'm sending you so much love.